Hi, I'm Jennings. I live here in Missoula, Montana. I'm 31 years old, and I play country music. These are my friends John Rosette and Grace Decker.
Hi. Hi.
They play with the local band Cash for Junkers, and a bunch of other people too. We're going to do a few songs for you. This first one is one that I wrote. It's called the Missoula Valley Yokel. I've got holes in both my pockets. They match the walls in my shoes. But my feet, they don't bother me when I'm walking, for they know that I'm walking back to you. And when the sun breaks over Missoula Valley, and the Clark Fork shines pure true, that's when I begin my mountain mule playing in my sweet song that I sing just for you. Oh, my sweet song that I sing just for you. $50. Oh, a big old man, I know it's true. Well, it gets me as far as the next whiskey bar, but a wise man would spend it all on you. Oh, a wise man would spend it all on you. Hey, yo, lo, hey, hey, yo, hey, hey, yo, one day stumble, you better offer him a hammer and a piece of shoe. 'Cause he may not look the same, and he may not think the same, but I bet he smells just the same as you do. Oh, I bet he smells just the same as you do. Hey, yo, look, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Over Missoula Valley, and the Clark Fork it shines for true. Well, that's when I get my mountain mule playing in my sweet song that I sing just for you. Oh, my sweet song that I sing just for you. Oh, my sweet song that I sing just for you. All right. Thank you very much. I've been living in Missoula for about 12 years now. I was born in Texas when I was, knee-high to a grasshopper in 1985. And but my father was born in Helena and grew up a block away from the Capitol building. His father was born in Ennis, out around Ennis, and his father before him was born in Virginia, but moved to Montana in 1908, I believe. I know. And so my great-grandfather, who I'm speaking of, his name was Jim Jennings, and he was a singing cowboy. He actually worked for all kinds of ranches in the Northwest and Southwest, and he punched cattle and moved them from Montana to Utah and Texas, and probably punched a lot of other things, too. He actually worked for the Ladder Ranch when it opened, which was it was the first guest ranch that provided an authentic Western experience. He was a ranch hand, and one night while singing songs by the campfire, and a big shot radio producer from Minneapolis heard him and told him to come out and do a radio show.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. And so this was 1926, and 1927 he went to Minneapolis and had a radio show for about a year and a half with an orchestra and a whole bunch of songs and bands. And
Neat.
yeah, so maybe next I'll do one of his songs. How's that sound? This is the creepy minor tune.
Yes,
right?
I like
figured
minor
you might
tunes.
like it, yeah. Often in my dreams we're together, riding the old prairie trail, underneath the moon, while I sing a tune of my love for you. I never fail, wild roses blooming on the prairie, they often remind me of you. I can still see you there, with that rose in your hair. It was then we vowed we'd always be true, and just like the flower, you bloomed for a day until the angels came down. They took you away, and now I'm lonely. When the wild roses bloom on the plain, oh, they bring back memories of you. Oh, in my dreams we're together, oh, riding the old prairie trail, underneath that moon, while I sing a tune of my love for you. You never fail, wild roses blooming on the prairie, they often remind me of you. I can still see you there, with that rose in your hair. It was then we vowed we'd always be true, and just like a flower, you bloomed for a day, and the angels came down. They took you away, and now I'm lonely. When the wild roses bloom on the plain, oh, they bring back Ran out of breath for the ending there. Thank you. That song was written by my great-grandfather. It's a true story. It's about his wife who passed away while he was in Minneapolis doing his radio show. She died of what they called then a hole in the heart, but now it's a really easily correctable condition. But back then, not so much. And so he left Minneapolis and came back to Montana to take care of my grandfather, who was 2 at the time, and continued to do so, and found a new wife, and went back out to go back to punching cattle to take care of his family, and and then he contracted tuberculosis, and went to Galen, actually, which is a little town outside of Butte, and that used to be the Montana Sanitarium for tuberculosis, and now it provides a host of other services. But he said at the time you could only visit there for 2 hours during the day, but not many people had cars, and that town is in the middle of nowhere, so it was impossible to get visitors. And the treatment at the time for tuberculosis was complete silence and gargling turpentine twice a day to kill the tuberculosis in your throat. And so that's when he wrote down all of his songs, is when he was in Galen. He wrote them down in 2 little books, which I inherited. And didn't have a lot of nice things to say about the treatment there, but did have a few nice things to say about the nurses. On that
He had
note,
a little energy still.
yeah, exactly. He was pretty handsome. Once I married a tattooed lady. It was on a cold and winter's day, and tattooed all across her body was a map of the good old USA. So every night, just before I'd go to sleep, I'd strip down the quilt, and then I'd take a peek. Good gracious alive.
Good gracious.
Upon her lane was Minnesota. On her shoulder was Tennessee. And tattooed on her back was good old rack and sack. Oh, the place I long to be. Upon her lane was West Virginia. Oh, those hills that I long to roam. But it was when I saw the moonshine on her Wabash that I recognized my Indiana home. Upon her lane was Minnesota. On her shoulder was Tennessee. And tattooed on her back was good old rack and sack. Oh, the place I long to be. Upon her, oh my, was West Virginia. Oh, those hills that I long to know. But it was when I got lost in her Mississippi that I recognized my old Montana home. I just like to go last. Yeah, that was a fun old tune.
Yeah.
I learned that was by Skeets McDonald, I believe. I don't know if he did the original version, but he sure did the fun one.
Other than that one.
Other than that one, that was the funner one. That's a word. So, yeah, I guess my musical influences range from old hillbillies with dirty songs to my great-grandfather to Jimmy Rogers is probably my biggest influence. And he's often called the father of country music, so that's open to debate. He wrote a lot of songs between 1927 and 1936, and then died of tuberculosis. Happened to a lot of people back in the 30s, apparently. And so I think maybe I'll do one of his songs next. How about My Little Lady?
Okay.
Yep, all right. This song's for my wife. Maybe not. I had a gal, oh what a gal, and her name was Katie Brown. I took her out to ride about, while the moon it was shining down. When we got home, we were alone, oh out on the old porch swing. Then the dear little miss, she would give me a kiss, while she did her yodel loop there. Thank you. Whew. It's hard work up here in front of these stage lights. I mean, out here in the hot sun, on the dusty prairie.
Fairly green.
Beautiful,
Actually.
beautiful spring day.
Yeah.
Yep, it is kind of green. Not the most perceptive of people.